If only I had a better countdown. Oh, wait, I do.
Yeah, there you go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. It is time for Sketching the Privateer. I'm your host, Joe's Atmosphere. It's good to see you. Didn't do it last week because we had a passing in the family, so I just took the day off that day. A lot of things going to be changing around here because of that, and I'll get into that later. But anyway, it's good to see you guys. I hope everything's going good for you. I know it's going great for me. I'm in the middle of my work week, if you will. My work week lasts about 2 days. I'm a resident manager at a rehab, and I do 31 hours in Thursday and Friday, so all the way into Saturday morning. But I always take time off to fill you guys in on the work I'm doing on the comic book and that kind of thing. So let's see who's in the chat. We got, of course, the hardest working mod in the business, Vince. He's here. And so is Christian DeLorme. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's always good to see my brother from Canada. It's good to see him. But anyway, let's get started on what we're doing. I actually had some time to work this week, so I actually did more work on the first page. Hang on one second. Let me get this up here. I've got to go ahead and get the I've got everything going. It's just I have to set it up so you guys can see it real quick. Let's see. Refresh. And there we are. And play. And we are in there like Flint. Okay, so let me get it to full screen. And I will get it up there for you guys. Now, I think, where's my sketch throwdown? Now, Vince, let me know if you can see this. Okay, because StreamYard's they added a feature called scenes, and stream check, layer check, no doubt. No doubt. Vince, let me know if you could see this, man. Because it's been goofing up here lately. Pick is there. Okay, fantastic. All right. So let's go ahead and show you the time-lapse video of this one, because as you can see, I've gotten some work done on this one, and some of the stuff that I talked about before that I wanted to get done, I have done. Let's see. Where is, yeah, time-lapse replay. There we go. Okay, so of course, I had talked about that radar screen. I had drawn the lines all in black, and I realized later, wait a minute, man, I need to invert those colors. Well, I tried to invert the colors, and you'll see that on the replay. I tried to do it, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't invert the colors. So I just ended up redrawing it, and I basically put a big black circle on there and then drew everything in white inside the circle. So, yeah, the radar looked a bit off. Yeah. So you see how I drew it in black to begin with there. And I realized later, wait a minute, if I really want that to look right, it needs to be on a black background, and those lines all need to be green, right? Something like that. So, yeah, you guys will see what I did to fix that here in a minute. But yeah, that thing I like about this time lapse video is you can see everything I've done since the beginning of working on the page, and some of the stuff you can do with Procreate's pretty neat. I do like the fact that you can make perfect curves just by holding a curve, and things like that. I think that's pretty cool stuff. I actually got the conning tower out of the way, guys. I'm pretty sure I'm done with that top panel. Pretty sure I'm done with the radar panel, and just about done with the guys in the cabin on that panel too. You'll see as it moves forward. I did a lot of black work in there. I don't think I'm doing enough black for contrast, but you see there, that's what we've been doing the last few weeks, is getting the numbers together on there and everything, and some of the details. Now you'll see me start working on the conning tower here pretty quick. Yeah, there it is right there. And Das Wolfen was good enough to get me a link to the Facebook page for this particular ship, so it was easy to find everything and get to work on it. So yeah, I think that first panel's done. And then you'll see what I tried to do here. I tried to fill it in with red, and it didn't quite work out the way I wanted to, so I just ended up putting a black circle there and redrawing all the lines. And then I started working on the contrast in the cabin there with the fellas, and yeah, it's coming along good. I like the way it's looking. If you want contrast, you've got to have a lot of black work in there. So that's what you're seeing here. These guys are inside the cabin of the boat itself. I think I may add a couple of figures up top on the deck of that boat in that first panel, I think. And what I'm going to work on today is we're going to look up a picture of, yeah, it's all done now. So there you go. That's the point we're at right now. But you see the detail work I'm doing on it. And we've got that radar. As you see, I just put a new black circle on there, and I went ahead and just redrew the lines in white. That way, when I color it, do I have a color layer yet? No, I don't. Let's go ahead and add a color layer so I can show you what effect I'm talking about here. We'll rename this one color. And we'll move that one. This one needs to be moved down. Come on. There we go. It needs to be moved down above the sketch. Actually, yeah, let's move it below the sketch too, because when I turn the sketch on, I want that one to disappear. But now that we have the color layer, I can show you. I'm going to pick a green somewhere in there, something really brilliant. And then I'm just going to take my my syrup, right? Because I'm on this color. I'm on the color screen, so all I have to do is back it up from behind. And that's not showing up. That's weird. Oh, it would help if I changed the damn color, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's get rid of that line. I just got done wiggling in there. Let's make sure we're on syrup. Well, come on, sucker. Change the syrup. There we go. And then let's pick that green. Why is it not changing to that green? This is pissing me off. Okay, I see what's going on now. Want a really brilliant green. I think that's... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's the one we're going to use. And then we're just going to take that syrup and... Why is it not? Okay, this apparently all the white... See, here's a problem. I did all that in white. I should have erased it, is what I should have done. So I guess I'm going to have to redo all of that. Yikes. Okay, so that'll be easily fixed. Well, let's go ahead and do that, because you know me, if I don't do something right away, then I'm going to screw it up, right? So let's go ahead and let's get on the right layer here. Let's go to black. And let's hit erase. And let's erase everything. I think, yeah. Okay. Let me grab this. Yeah, let's erase everything in here. All of that's going to get erased. And I can fix these lines on the outside. It ain't no big deal. I'm just going to erase it manually. There's tools you can use. Yeah, see the grain underneath it? Yeah, see? Okay, so let's erase all of this. All right. Okay, now, and we'll leave that color wheel on real quick, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's go back here, get the Bakersville. Come on, grab the Bakersville. Okay, now. Oh, got to change colors. Got to change colors. Back to black. Now that we have that green on the palette, I can just switch to it. It's no big deal. That's ugly. Okay, hang on. Let's zoom in here so I can see what I'm doing. All right. That's pretty close. I'm filling in right here. Ah. No! Forward. Okay. Okay, that's done. And then over here on the bottom, let's get as big as we can get it, because I want to see how thick it is. It's too thick. Okay. What in the heck? It's not lining up too well, is it? But that's okay. Just keep going. Ain't no big deal. We'll get it eventually. God, I keep going below it. Okay. I'm just thicken it up. There we go. All right, so that'll be good for that. And then we will take a white line and tighten up the outside of it, because I'm going to have a lot of black down here, so I'm not too worried about it. You for real? Okay, hang on. I got it. I'll get there. Believe me. Oh, well, you know what? I'm just going to redraw that entire line on the bottom. It's beginning to piss me off. Ah! Let's get to right color here, guys. Come on, stop it. All right. That's good enough. Okay, boom, there it is. Now, let's redraw what we had earlier. Okay. Let's see. We've got black here. So let's get that. And we're going to take it about here and bring it around to there, I think. That may be too close to the top of it, though, I think. Let's try again. Okay. So we're going to take this about here. I'm still getting too close. Take it here and come around there. There we go. Come on. Pop it already. My hand's wiggling, so that's what's making it take so long. Okay, that looks about right. Okay, and then we're going to take the oval and I'm just eyeballing it just to see. I'm going to say about here is where we're going to come down with it. Oh, hang on. Get that out of there. All right. Got to take my time and make it curved. There we go. All right, that looks good. All right, and then we're going to take... Now, I tried this earlier and it didn't work. We'll try it once. If it doesn't work, I'm done playing around with this thing. If it doesn't work once, then I'm going to start over. You know what I'm saying? With the syrup pencil and just fill it in manually. But we'll try it once. Let's see if it works. Yay, works. Boom. There we go. It didn't fill up the rest of the page with black. I could, for some reason, when I was doing this panel with the guys in there, when I tried to do that, oh yeah, jeez, thank you so much. I forgot about the music. Let's hit that music, shall we? You guys let me know if it's loud enough. Sharking for Pearls is the soundtrack of Sketching the Privateer. I apologize. You guys should have had this going already. The lovely Sherry says hi. It's good to see you. Let's see. Can you use a mask? Yeah, you know, I haven't tried that stuff. Like I said, I haven't learned this whole thing yet, man. I need to sit down one Saturday afternoon and do nothing but this. He says back in black. All right. Yeah, that's Sharkin' for Pearls music, boys and girls. Check it out. That's my brother's band. And the whole band is him. He plays the guitar, though. But anyway, yeah, I've never tried to do a mask. I don't really know if it'll work or what. But what we're going to do is we're going to hit the eraser. And you can set the eraser to have a certain pencil and all that good stuff. And it should work just like your regular pen. So let's see if it will pop curves and all that good stuff. Let's see. Let's see. We want to do it about here. Yep, it does the same damn thing. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Bam. Okay. Now we can just go ahead and put those circles in there. I say circles, they're ovals. And I had them pretty close to where I had them all the way in there. That's all right. Come on. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and fix this. It's kind of a dot right there. But then again, I don't really need to fix it too much because I could make that where the line's coming across. Okay, so let's go here. And anything like this down here where I went and bled through there, I'll go ahead and fix that here in a little bit. But let's go ahead and get the circles in. So you don't have to be perfect with it because it'll fix it up for you, and then you just move it around and fit it in there. All right, and then I'm going to put, let's see, top line's going to be coming right through here. Come on, pop. My hand's wiggling so much that, oh, this is a pain. Okay. My hand's wiggling so much that it's, actually, I want that top line coming right through here. Oh, God, that's too much. Too much pressure on there. Did you see how thick it made it? Okay. Get this back in a little bit. Erase a little bit here to match that up. Okay. And then we got a line going straight across. All right. It's going to go right about here. I'm trying to see where the center is as I do this. There it is. Okay. And then we're going to have a line coming from about right here all the way through there. And then we're going to have one coming from here through the center. Thusly. Come on. All right. And then we add our 3 dots. Now, the 3 dots are perfect circles. So you just make a circle. It'll fix it up for you, and then you erase the inside of it. Well, then again, I'd have to switch to another thing, but that's okay. Actually, hang on. Let's see if it works the way it's supposed to. It's not erasing. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, so you can't use that tool to erase. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and make the 3 circles first. And the way we want it is we want 3 circles, one coming right at the boat. That's going to be the helicopter, and then the 2 behind it are going to be the speedboats, right? So the 2 behind it are pretty close to each other. Ah, screwed that circle up. Hang on. Let's see what's going on in the chat real quick. Lord Thoth is here. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So let's go ahead and... Ah, look, it tried to go back to pencil. That's weird. Okay, there we go. Make it a little bigger. So they're all about the same size. And then we want that sweeping radar line to come through. So we've got this here. Let's bring that down to here. And then we're going to have lines come out from it. Thusly, like it's going in a wave, right? Now we can go right through everything. It's no big deal. We want it to go almost all the way down. That'll be good there. And then we want a little bit of a fade coming off of the circles, right? To give it the effect of that, pinging them, if you will, on the radar. Now, this is a radar screen. This isn't sonar. This is radar. Stuff above the surface is what it's looking at. I don't like that on the last circle. Let's try that again. The rest of them look okay, but yeah, I like that. That looks a lot better. Okay, now we're going to switch pencils to syrup. That's the one I use to fill in manually. And we're going to fill in the... Oh, shit! Slow down, Joe. Fill in the circles. Now that I've got that redrawn, and I'll tighten it up, but let's go ahead and we've got black. Let's switch to pencil. Let's go ahead and fix this line on the bottom. There we go. That's fixed. Now we can go into the color screen, switch to green, switch to color, and then let's get on the syrup. And then we just fill all this in and it turns green. Now, I don't want that outside line to be green though, but I can fix that here in a minute. We just need to take our time, get close to that line. And then we can go bananas with this stuff, right? Ah, I forgot about that line again. Oh, wait. There's one more line we got to get in there. Let's go to black. Let's go to ink. And then let's fix that line there. Attention to detail, boys and girls. If you're doing comic books, you got to have attention to detail. That line is too long and too thick. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So now we can go back to the green and we go back to the color scheme and then go back to syrup. Come on, grab the syrup. Oh, I hate this. Come on, would you? I'd almost be better off hitting it with my fingers, I guess. And that's what it's going to look like in the book when it's done. When I get to coloring, right? So there you go. Now, to tighten this up, what we'll do is, first of all, let's clean up this line up here. A little bit of erasing. All right. Of course, I went too far on the last fucking swoosh. Oh, God. That is so thick. There we go. Vince, I know you're saying inappropriate shit in the chat. I can just feel it. But let's see. What's this one? I guarantee you this one's an inappropriate comment. Hang on. Just move it around and fit it in there. That's what she said. What did I tell you? Do I know my boy or what? Anyway, so there you go. That's what I realized when we looked at it earlier. It didn't look right to me for some reason, right? And now you see what I'm trying to achieve with it. And actually, you know, if you really want to make it stand out a little bit more, what we'll do is we'll go Breakersville. Make sure we're on the color. Yeah. Actually, not even Bakersville. No, we'll just go with syrup. Stop it. And then we're going to go white. And we're going to just hit the center of these dots. And that should make it look pretty cool. Yeah. I think it's cool. I think it's cool looking. Anyway, that's what I had to fix earlier. That radar looked kind of weird with it all being just black lines on white. Now it makes sense, right? But anyway, as you saw over here, I've been working on this panel with the guys, actually seeing what's going on. And I'm just working on contrast now. Before we start working, let's make sure we got black, and we're going to the ink, and we want to be all set with that. Now, I think I'm gonna let the colors, like on the color setup, I'm gonna let the colors do most of the job here around those guys. Like, you know, it's gonna be sky blue through the windows, right? I think this needs a little bit of contrast, so let's see what. Yeah, we're on. Let's get on Bakersville. I just want to put some slight contrast in here. Not much, just a little bit. For the panel he's looking at here. And then this open space right here, I think it's just going to... Oh, I was trying to wipe something on the... I guess I could put a cabinet here. I don't really know what the inside of one of these things looks like. So I guess I could just put some lines back here. Put some circles on it. Maybe a rectangle or two. Just for background. Right? Something like that. And then, but, you know, the windows are going to be sky blue. Now, these binoculars is looking through. These are black. So there's only going to be a hint of white. So let's go with syrup. You just got to watch it when you're using syrup, because if you use too much pressure, it's really going to mess you up. You got to remember where your light's coming from. Okay. As you can see in this one, it's top right is where it's coming from. The sun's up and it's in front of them to the right. That's why you've got all this black to their left. Okay. Well, on this, what do you got? You got the opening of something. I actually did this up here on a speaker that's on the conning, or I can't remember what that's called. It's a conning tower, I think. But anyway, I'll put a little bit of shading to the inside of the speaker on top, and then you see the bottom. It's to show the coned nature of it, okay? So what we're going to do with these binoculars is we're going to take them. Like I said, you got to watch it with this stuff. It's really thick. And then we're going to take that. That's going to be black, and then it'll be short lines to white, right? Because the sun is coming in, hitting it, and there would be a shadow cast right here, right? So there you go. Now his hand, I think, underneath his hat would have some shading. I think he's going to have some shading on the back of his hand, I believe. I've already got the shading underneath his arm. Yeah, some of this needs to be cleaned up. But you see what I'm looking for there. And then on the lenses, let's make the lenses look like something. Now, they're going to have a highlight from the direction that the light's coming from, right? So that highlight, we're going to show, we're just going to fill this in black, except for this part right here. Like that. Just leave a highlight right there. You want a straight line for that lip casting a shadow, and then you want that highlight in the direction that the light is coming from, right? That's what you want. And then fill the rest in black. And there is the binoculars, if I can get this to work right. So now, looking at it on the whole, I don't think that's too much detail. I think that you know, now you got to remember, I'm looking at this on an iPad. And if I really want to see, I'm going to rotate this now. I hope it doesn't mess up the whole damn stream. Yeah, it is. Of course it's messes up. But looking at it from my perspective right now, yeah, I don't think I've put too much detail in it. I think I've got just enough. You guys tell me. I think it looks okay, you know. And then, of course, we're going to work on the bottom the bottom scene too. Let's see. What are we saying in the chat? I was already typing it. Yeah, I know you were. Spoil sport. I'm not spoil sport, man. I just know you, dude. You're gonna take all my words and just twist them. I know. But yeah, since I've got it at this point, we're just about done with this page with the black work. I'll work on the facial one later, but right now I see one thing we need to fix. There's a little bit of blue and a little bit of excuse me. There's a little bit of some erase and green we need to fix. So let's get the eraser out. Let's go to the color screen first. We'll take care of that green real quick. That looks good right there. And then we'll go back over to the ink page. You guys got to be proud of me. I'm actually paying attention to what page I'm working on here, okay? You know, you got to be proud. You must be proud. But anyway, make sure we're on the right page. Get the right color, get the right pencil. We want Bakersville. And then let's, as soon as I put my hand down there, if you put your hand on the edge of this thing, it tries to divert to erase for some reason. That's good enough, I think. Okay. So I'm thinking about maybe putting some details into these guys' uniforms as far as pockets, names, and stuff. The name of I don't know. I think that panel's a little small to be putting their names on the hats. I think that's kind of small for that. Looks that way to me. We might go ahead. Let me go ahead and get this where you guys can see it bigger too. I think for the name tags and stuff, because all military uniforms have name tags. That's one thing that drives me bananas in movies. When they show guys in uniform without name tags, that drives me nuts. It drives me absolutely crazy. Now, I haven't been in every service of the military and done every job in the military, but every job I've ever done in the military, I had to have a name tag on. And it drives me berserko when I see that in movies and guys don't have a name tag on. It just drives me absolutely nuts. He says layer checks are worth doing before you have to redo a lot of work. No doubt, man. You guys have seen me do it how many times on this show? Sitting there having to redo everything. It's just a shame. But yeah. So I'm thinking about just putting in some rectangles or maybe just indicators of such for the name tags and the buttons and such on their uniforms. Maybe we just do it that way. Show a shade of it, you know. You know, that kind of thing. This guy's is going to be about here. Yeah, I think that adds a little bit more detail to it. Don't need to, we just, you know, some of this stuff just needs to be suggested. Like, look, this conning tower, I didn't do every line that needed. Trust me. The picture that I took it off of, let me see if I can show it to you guys real quick. Do they have liked pages on here? I'm not sure. Maybe it's under groups. I don't know. Nah, but anyway, I'm just going to Coast Guard. Cutter. Dolphin. That's the Coast Guard, but where's the dolphin? Well, anyway, they might have a picture of one of these conning towers in here that I could show you. Of course, they don't have a picture of one. Yeah, hell with it. But anyway, look, all I did was suggest a lot of the lines in it. Really, that's all I did. Because if I'd have done all the details that were on it, I'd have been doing it all day. But now that we've got this up here, we can go to the color page and we can, you know, look at what we want to use for our blue, for a sky blue, right? That's a pretty blue, but do we need to make it? I think it needs to be more of a pale blue. Yeah, that'll work, I think. Yeah. Where's color? Okay, we got color. Do we have... Yeah, let's get syrup. And then that's what the blue's going to look like back there, right? And what I could do to make this go a little faster, I could sit there and take this, draw around, boat and everything, just the big stuff. Doesn't have to be perfect, because you just like doing the black work, you can go back and fix it, right? By erasing or whatever. Let's see if it's going to fill in for me. Let's see if it's going to fill in for me. Cross your fingers. Yes, check it out. There you go. That looks like a good sky blue to me. And then you go about, you know, putting the details in there. So okay, that looks good. But what you can do is you can come back, like this is actually a spinning, I think that's the radar thing right there. So you want to come in here. Oh. I'm telling you, syrup is thick. You got to be careful with it. Ah! So there's that, and then you come in here and get the stuff on the conning tower, right? Oh, shit. I'm just showing you how easy it is to do the colors and stuff. And that really, that's kind of a color contrast right there. So that's really good looking. See? But everything, God. That was almost a, what's that famous scream that they have for a sound effect? I can't remember the name of it. That was almost it. Anyway, just giving you an idea of what I'm going to be doing when I do the colors. Because I'm just about done with the black work on the... Oh, God, that's just... Wow. Take it easy, Joe. Just go slow. But anyway, that's what it's going to end up looking like. Something like that. So there you go. And I believe that's where we're going to leave it for today. That one is coming along. Now, this has got a lot more work to do to it. I think I'm pretty much done with the top 3 panels. All I have to do is pick out the colors for it. Might even put some black back here, just depending on, because there's lettering going in here too. That's the thing. You got the lettering has to go in on top of this. The bottom panel, I need to do some details on it, but not much. Mostly shading on the binoculars, his fingers, his face, and all that good stuff, right? The Wilhelm screen. That's what I was looking for, bro. It almost sounded like that, didn't it? Let's see. He says, just put some quibbles in. Can't read it anyway. Yeah, exactly. That he's talking about the name tags I was doing. Yeah, I got you. Okay, so you're talking like right here with the hats. We'll do. Let's get back to black. Let's get back to the ink screen, and then you're talking about doing something like this. Whoop. Not exactly that, because we got the wrong pin. Bakersville. You're talking about maybe just going like putting a line, maybe half a line, a dot, another line, just stuff like that. Make it thinner as we go. Something like that. Is that what you're talking about, Vince? With the names on the hats and stuff? Yeah. I think that's what he's talking about. And on the name tags too, I could do that too, on the name tags too. A lot like when you make this AI art and you're trying to get, you know, words in there, and it just splatters stupid looking shit in there. That's about all they're doing. But anyway, I think it's looking good. I think it's coming along. So you guys look forward to more of this. We're going to be doing it again next Friday. So let's go ahead and wrap up for today. I want to let you know what's going on with the channel, guys. Of course, you know you're watching Sketching the Privateer, the story of America's pirate Patriot. We do it every Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. Promise you, I'm going to get that family portrait together for a poster here pretty quick. I want to get some stuff on my marketplace on my website. Don't forget, you can go to joesatmosphere.com and check things out. You know, see what's going on over there. And I'm on YouTube, Rumble, X, all the social media. So you guys go check it out. Anyway, tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time, don't forget that it's gaming night with John. And he's playing Fallout, and that's on Pop Culture Mindfield's channel. So come check it out as John tries to fend off Knock and Jed and Martin as they troll him playing Fallout. Tonight on Pop Culture Mindfield's channel at 8 p.m. Central Time. And then this Saturday, I'm going to do one of my watch-alongs. You guys tune in to my channel on YouTube or, you know, Rumble or whatever, X. I think that's where we're going to put it out at, those 3. But we'll have a panel of people talking about the movie. We're going to talk about the movie for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to show Zorro the Gay Blade on my Discord. The link to my Discord will be in the chat, so you'll be able to go over there and watch it with us and have a good time, man. It's a series that I like to call We Laughed at Each Other. This is back in the day when we didn't get so offended and had a good time. If you've never seen Zorro the Gay Blade, come check it out. It's a lot of fun. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time this Saturday. And then Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time, the Brothers Hack the Matrix. It's time for Highlander and I to get together and let you know everything that's going on the Clown Show that is 2025 now, through today's headlines. Brothers Hack the Matrix every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. And then this Monday morning, we go back over to Pop Culture Mindfield's channel, and on Military Monday, we're going to be doing Rambo Last Blood, the last Rambo movie. I haven't seen it yet, so this will give me a reason to watch it. Actually, I haven't seen the last 2 Rambo movies, but anyway, looking forward to seeing this one. I think he's up against the drug cartels in this one. I think something like that. Anyway, you guys come check it out. We're going to be talking, Gary, Anima, Martin, and myself, about this military movie on Military Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time. And then It's Only Talk and Roll is going to be off this week on Monday at 4 p.m. Central Time. But when we return a week from now, we're going to be talking Spies Like Us. So if you have not seen this classic movie with Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd, come check it out on It's Only Talk and Roll next Monday. Not this Monday coming up, but the Monday after at 4 p.m. Central Time on That 70s Rock Bands channel. And then I start my streaming week on Tuesday with Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, video games, cocktails, and fails. And it's time for part 3 of my playthrough of Mass Effect. So you guys come check it out this Monday at 10 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, State of the Atmosphere is the pop culture show where we fill you in on everything, movies, TV shows, and comic books and video games and all that stuff. And we check in on the girlfriend of the show, Sydney Sweeney. You guys come check out all of that on Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on my channel. And then it's right back around to Sketching the Privateer on Fridays at 1. So I hope you have enjoyed this learning Procreate with me and working on my comic book. Let's see. My man says, it will be glorious. Yes, it will be. Or just... That's great, man. Let's see. Last one I saw was Rambo 3. Yeah, I think that's the last one I saw, too. I didn't see the one. I think it's just called Rambo. The one where he's helping out some monks or some shit. Yeah, I heard it's the highest body count of any of the Rambo movies. I know that's hard to believe, but and then and this last one, this is where he's back in the States, and I think he has a daughter or something. I'm not sure exactly. But anyway, boys and girls, that's it for today's show. I want to thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Do that for all of your favorite YouTubers, and they will all be very appreciative. I want to thank you guys for being here, and until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.